Hey, Cats fans, we are back for another season of AFL footy on the Hoops Crew. And this is the first episode of POSTGAME Live for 2025. It's got a nice ring to it, hasn't it? And we're here after the Cats. And I won't get too excited. I'm not going to get too excited. I'm happy to be back, don't get me wrong. But yes, the Cats had a 20-point win. I think it was 20 points. There was a point close to the end there, and it didn't seem to get counted unless I've looked at that wrong. But a 20-point win to the Cats, 106-86, beating the Scum. We were never going to lose to the Scum, were we, at home? Doesn't matter what kind of game it is. We don't lose to the Scum at home. Thank you for joining us. If you are watching this live, if you're watching it on replay, if this is the first time here, this is it's a bit of a fan community post-game live. So we like to get some people on, some fans of the Cats, get them on, have a chat about the game, get their thoughts on what was good, what wasn't so good, what was absolutely diabolical. Thankfully, not too much of that today, of the latter. Pretty straightforward win today for the Cats. But I'm going to go through a little bit about the rundown, kind of how we normally do post-game live. I'll get to that in a second. But I did just want to say right off the top, a little happy birthday to the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Paul James. He may be joining us later, possibly, but it is his birthday today. His 50th birthday, would you believe? No, he's not 50. I think he's not even 40. I think he must be in his 30s somewhere. But yes, if you can give him wish him well, we give him a happy birthday in the comments to kick the show off. I'm sure he'll get a little thrill from that. And if you didn't catch it last night, if you didn't catch the debut episode of the Paul James Show, yes, the self-titled Paul James Show, he demanded that we give him a show with his own name. No, he didn't. But he's got his own show now, the Paul James Show. There he is. Look at him, nudging 50. No, he's not nudging 50. But yes, Paul's got his own show every Sunday night and every Thursday night. So usually the Thursday night show is a preview. So it's more and more the teams as they drop and so forth. But we've kind of flipped it this week just because of the AFL's scheduling of match sims and community series games. I think next week's a similar story as well when we're playing on Tuesday against the Bombers. But check that one out. That's another live show. So as well as post-game live, you got the Paul James Show twice a week. Can you believe that? Twice a week as well. So, yeah, if you want to jump on, I think I have posted the link to the guest chat. If you want to turn your camera on, make sure you get your microphone on. You can do it from a mobile phone. You can do it from anywhere. You can do it standing on your head if you want. I do have a very special guest in the chat ready to go. And it looks like Kyri's jumped in as well. Just hold your horses there, Kyri. I'll get to you shortly. We've got a couple of guests ready to go. If you want to join in the party, by all means. I actually didn't get to go to the game. I had to watch it on replay. Went for about nearly 3 hours. KO, you could fast forward the quarter time breaks. That would have been nice, but that wasn't meant to be. So I've just finished watching the game about 20 minutes ago. I'll cover some of the main talking points shortly. But again, thank you for joining us. The best way you can support Post-Game Live is by hitting the like button. Now, I think Paul's show the other night got 35 likes. So I'm a competitive bugger and I want to beat him. So if you can hit the like button, help me out. I know it's his birthday. He won't mind, though, if I beat him. I think he'll be happy because he's a team player, Mr. Paul James. He loves the Hoops Crew. If you want to hit that subscribe button, we love that as well. But the like button, YouTube just loves that like button for some reason. So if you're a Cat supporter, if you're happy with the win, if you like what we're doing here on the Hoop Show and you want us to get bigger and better and you want to grow this community, hit that like button. It's very easy to do. Just go bang and you're done. Nice and easy. All right, I'm going to cover some quick talking points before we get our first guest on. I'm going to cover some quick talking points from the game. I'm going to quickly summarize some points from each quarter. I'll try not to. I have written too many notes, so I'm not going to go through them all. I could, but I won't. I reckon this show will probably go for an hour tonight. I think, depending on how many people jump into the chat. I'll get some. I'll go through, as I said, I'll go through the talking points and some highlights from each quarter. I'll get some guests on, and then I'll round out the end of the show highlighting some comments as well in the chat. So if you want me to read out some comments in the chat, by all means. If you absolutely want me to read it out and you want me to stop proceedings, hang on a sec. There's a super chat option there as well. I appreciate not everyone can afford that, but it does help the channel financially, and I promise you I will read it out live. I will pause proceedings. I will tell Kyri to shut up for a sec because we've got a super chat, and he'll just have to hold his horses. That's how it is. All right, so some main talking points before we get our first guest on. Goodness me, the Cats look slick. They look solid. They looked in control. Boss team, professional outfit today. And I wouldn't have had it any other way against Hawthorn, clearly. So they look good. Are you wondering? Yes, there was no injuries. That's the main thing I think we all wonder with these match sim games. We don't want any injuries. We didn't get any injuries. So we're all happy about that, which is great. The next question everyone's probably got is, how did Bailey Smith go? If you haven't watched the game, if this is your first consumption of Geelong football in 2025 and you didn't actually watch, didn't go to the game and you didn't get to watch it on KO or Foxtel, and you maybe haven't seen some clips on Twitter or whatever, well, Bailey Smith looked great. He looked like a good fit in the midfield. He got a fair chunk of it in the first quarter. He sort of pulled it back a little bit in the second quarter, played a few minutes in the third quarter, and then ran laps of Mary's Oval in the third quarter. It literally did. My Mrs. Hoops left the game at three-quarter time and just saw him running laps and doing little drills with some of the assistant staff on the oval over there. But he did look to me a bit like Roger Federer with the big white headband. Look, it was a bit like a fitted bedsheet on his head there. It was a bit weird. Brian Myers, you're probably not asking, how did Brian Myers go? Lionel Messi, how did he go? He was absolutely taking the piss all day long. He was amazing all day long. He was fantastic. Can we give him the 3 Brownlow votes? Can we just somehow make that happen that he gets Brownlow votes for that game? Because he was crazy. Ollie Henry was good too. Kicked 4 goals. 2 of those goals came in junk time at the very, very end there. But an absolute cracker from the boundary line. Thank you very much. That was special. That was a little Brian Myers magic from the prelim, if you can remember. I know it's still hard to talk about the prelim. Last time I was on this show, I did about 2.5 hours on post-game live, and I was tearing up at the end. It was hard. I'm better now, though. I've gotten over it, but that was hard, that episode of post-game live. I'm okay, if you're wondering. I am okay. Brad with the sleeves. Yes, that was great. And he kicked 3 goals as well. You never know with Brad this time of year if he's going to put the sleeves on or not, but he had the sleeves on, which was nice. Ollie Dempsey's still rocking the pink boots, which is good too. Zach Guthrie's bigger than He-Man these days. He's huge. He's absolutely huge. Arnold Schwarzenegger, watch out. Zach Guthrie is a big, big man. Connor O'Sullivan, another one you might be asking about. Connor O'Sullivan didn't hurt his chances of getting a game next week, next Tuesday, I think it is, against Essendon in the Community Series. Now, Bianca's waiting. Hopefully, I'm not taking all your talking points here, Bianca. By all means, expand and elaborate on what I'm saying. You'll have that opportunity shortly. Sam De Conning was in the ruck a fair bit. Didn't play much in the second half. I think he might have played 2 or 3 quarters. Blitzarves was down back a bit, and then in the midfield a bit. So it looks like it's the De Conning Blitzarves combo. Stanley came on late, but I think it was the 4th quarter. Maybe I don't know if he came on at before 3/4 time, but he was definitely on for a bit. Maybe just having a run more than anything else. Jake Collar-Jasny, oh my goodness me, can that man take a contested mark? He was special. He was probably in the top 3 players on the ground, if you ask me. I could be wrong about that. I didn't go to the game. I watched it on KO. But if you're at the game, tell me otherwise if you didn't think he was any good. I thought he was fantastic. Contested marks all over the place. Terrific. Jezza and Danger just got out of bed. They didn't look like they were too interested. Hadn't had their morning coffee yet, but got out there and came off with no injuries that we know of, at least anyway. A couple of Hawks fans were there. They were in full nuff mode, abusing umpires and just doing stupid chants and various things like that. So good on them. Had the day off or something else. The new scoreboard's taking shape. It's not quite there yet. Will it be there for the first game? I don't know. It's starting to come together. Maybe it'll all just come together overnight once all the foundations are laid and all that sort of stuff. And I guess you can do all the electricals and so forth as well. The AFLW team was there having a bit of a look, which was nice. If you watched it on KO, if you're listening to it through some audio of the Foxtel commentators, one of them was an extremely biased Hawthorn supporter, and that was annoying me as I was watching that. Just couldn't stop praising Hawthorn players, and then when Geelong came on, it was like, Oh, I'm Geelong. There's a nice goal there from Geelong. Come on, give us something. Give us something. Hawthorn supporters, if you're watching, you are welcome. We are going to give you a little bit of crap as we do because you are the scum, but we welcome you. And you are welcome to be a guest as well on the show if you choose to. I will be generous. People in the chat maybe won't be as such, but that's okay. I did post in the chat, should we start to think about grand final preparations? I'm saying that because Mark Beretta from Sunrise Morning Show on Channel 7 said the same thing as well. He's already making preparations for grand final parties. So that's how excited we are after a match sim win against the old enemy. Nearly there. Some notable Cats missing today, of course, were Lawson Humphreys and Tyson Stengel after their duties in the Indigenous game. Were absolutely awesome, those two in that game as well. Good game too. Hopefully they put another one on in a year or two. Hopefully we see a lot more of that because that was fantastic. Cam Guthrie, a bit sore at the moment with the Achilles, so he wasn't there. Sean Manor as well. Toby Conway. I've probably missed someone, but a few notable names there as well. And of course, I can't not mention. I can choose not to, but I choose to mention these people: Tom Hawkins, Zach Toohey, and Gary Rowan. The end has come for those, and sadly, we move on without them in 2025. So, yeah, it's a bit of a shame. All right, now I did make some notes on each quarter, but I have been keeping Bianca waiting long enough already. So I'm going to get Bianca on without further ado. Let me just queue up a little special graphic I have for Bianca here. So here they are. I'll introduce them first. Welcome to Bianca. Hello, how you going?
How's it going?
Good.
I'm going to put you on the big screen there, Bianca. There you go. And Declan's there as well. And Dad, Brendan. There you go.
Hello.
Dad's got the white shirt on, so you can't see the graphic that well. So Bianca, 2024 Fan of the Year on the Hoops Crew.
How cool is that?
There you go. So I made that one specially for you, Bianca. All right, I'm going to shut up, Bianca, because I've talked a lot and I've probably stolen all your comments, haven't I? What comments have you got about today?
Everything.
All right. You tell us.
Just show them what you got on as well. You decided to put
The Bailey Humphreys fitted bedsheet. Very good.
Yep. So what do you got to say, Bianca?
So I thought mostly in the first quarter when we mostly had our chances, we had pretty good inside 50 hit-ups. And there was also a lot of handballs. Like there was this one time in the first quarter with 8 minutes to go, there was like a chain of handballs. And and there was a lot of clumbing. Like the ball was mostly on the ground. There wasn't like a lot of overhead marks taken.
So what did you think? So who are your favourite players? Let the people know.
I thought that
Who are your standouts?
I thought that Ollie Henry, when he kicked 4 goals, did pretty well. Holmes, you can't stop this guy. And Bruin and Nevitt did pretty well. And I think I didn't see Lee Stanley a lot in the ruck. It was mostly Blitzarves and DeConning and Edwards.
Yeah, I think Stanley only played towards the end of the game, so he didn't seem to play a lot. But that's okay. He'll get a good run as the season goes on a little bit longer. Who else?
Early days.
I thought Jack Henry had some good defending. Like he had some good intercept marks, mostly in the first quarter. And I thought Atkins pressure was pretty good, mostly in the first quarter as well.
I loved Atkins. I thought he was terrific, and he got better as the game went on as well, and did some really good things and awesome tackling. What did you think about? Did you see the Ollie Henry goal? Did you see that goal? What did you think about that one?
That would be a goal of the year contender if these matches counted. It doesn't for some reason.
It does count. We played Hawthorn. So if any time you play Hawthorn, you beat Hawthorn, it absolutely counts.
We should have a special award at the end of the year Bianca and Declan for best goal of the preseason. Because we like having stupid awards on the Hoopies night, so that could be a silly award that we can have. Unless someone comes up next week against Essendon and decides to go even better than that, but be pretty hard to kick a better goal than that one, I'd say. You never know. Declan, do you want to say something on the channel?
Jump up here. Tell them first. Tell them your news about an hour ago. What happened? You want to show them?
Oh, look at that.
It happened an hour ago.
He lost his first tooth. So he's pretty excited about that.
So when you're an adult, if Dad lost his front tooth, I don't reckon Dad would want to come on.
No.
But as a kid, though, it's a rite of passage when you're a kid, so you've got to be proud of it.
Yeah. So tell him, what did you think of the game? You watched it as well. What did you think?
That Ollie goal was amazing.
It's good, wasn't it?
Amazing. What else? Which players did you like? Which players do you think got the job done?
Shannon did all right. Shannon Neal.
Yeah.
He scored 2 goals,
Think
didn't
he's
he?
a lock for round 1.
And what about that Wiltshire goal?
Oh, the little dribble kick from Ollie Wiltshire. Yeah, that was a good one.
And O'Sullivan.
Connor.
Like, who saw that coming?
Yeah.
I didn't see Reece Stanley in my...
No, now you love Reece Stanley.
Do you like Reece Stanley?
Not really.
You're not supposed to say that.
Reece Stanley, I hope you're not watching this.
Nah.
Well, I'm going to try and start. I sit. My normal seats are on the wing. I've got season seats, and I sit on the wing. And I want where I'm at to be the Stanley Army, and I want it to be like I want us to do the chant like the Barmy Army that the English cricket fans do. It's like Stanley Army. I want everyone to get behind. I don't know how many games you'll play this year, but I'd love everyone to show a bit of love to the Premiership.
I think I might make a Reece Stanley sign, I reckon.
Yes.
I think it's time. Get behind him. Give him some confidence.
And I think Mitch
Just keep
Edwards
going.
did okay in the ruck.
Yes, Mitch Edwards was good. I thought he looks like he's got a lot stronger. Bianca put some muscle on, which is nice. All of them have really.
And George Stevens as well.
Yeah, I only saw him in the last quarter, George Stevens.
I always saw Bailey Smith a little.
You only saw him a little bit?
Bailey Smith was everywhere. You literally can't miss him when you see this. I always saw him like the third quarter, where we was getting some kicks.
Yeah. Thought I think for me the standout for me was don't know if there was any stats or anything, but Mitch Nevitt looks like he's so much quicker than before. Like he's really, really tall, and for such a tall player, he can really move up the ground.
What about Jack
And
Clark?
he just looks like Tarzan right now.
What about
Looks
Jack Clark?
really good. Jack Clark's
He needs some work.
he's working. He's getting better. He's got some nice tackles, but Nevitt really. I really love seeing Nevitt. And then, geez, that gives you a headache about Connor O'Sullivan. Like, how do you fit him in? Like, you're going to play DeConning in the ruck, and like Kolajasny stays in the back. Like, that is too many key defenders all of a sudden. Like, you can't play him in the VFL. So it's a good headache to have.
I was watching Reece Stanley when he came on, Bianca and Declan. He played a lot of time up forward. Now, he wasn't on the ground for long at all in terms of game time, but he was up forward a lot. So, and I have been a little bit worried that when Tom Hawkins retired and Phoenix Foster got delisted, that we wouldn't really have much backup for if Jezza or Shannon Neal got injured. So I'm wondering whether they want to use Reece Stanley more either as backup, or if he's gonna play, that maybe he's more that he's prepared to go forward if necessary at times as well, especially with Jezza floating all around the ground, which he sometimes does. So I don't know. Like there's going to be some positional changes this year. Some players that maybe haven't played in different positions.
I saw Bailey Smith in the forward line. Half forward.
Do you know who I've seen some good forwards recently? but it's in a different sport though. It was in netball. Some goal shooting was absolutely amazing. I can't remember what club you play for, but some absolutely beautiful. Their dad's always capturing the moments on the camera.
We played netball.
I'm talking about you.
He's talking about you two playing netball.
Yeah,
They're talking about your
I've seen
dad.
some footage. I've seen some good footage of you getting some.
I
goals
get
in
6.
netball. You got 6. Nice.
Last week was so bad.
Why not?
We always scored 1 goal when the rain comes.
And it was me because it was pouring down rain. I'm like,
Yeah.
You know what? Here's my little brag. I won a Norm Smith medal in mixed netball for my supermarket netball team.
this guy played one game in netball and hated it.
Oh, really? Dad's
And I got the ice
not into
And
it.
my mom, Nana, and everyone else in the family also played netball when they were younger.
And I got the ice cream award.
I got
the
called,
ice cream award.
yeah, I got called in once when I was younger to fill in, and I was told, no, it's easy. Well, anytime I got near the ball, the whistle blew every time, and I just went, stuff this, I'm done. So then when Bianca decided she was going to try netball, I go, that's fine, but you can't come to me for help because I can't help you. I've got no idea how to play netball, but they've both taken to it like a duck to the water. So
keep playing netball, but don't give up
And
on
she
the
got
AFL.
few scratches.
Don't give up on the AFLW dreams just yet.
yeah, nah, football's coming really fast.
Stick it out. Who else can we talk
I'm
about?
playing on the whole field this time. So woohoo!
I'm gonna put a picture up on the screen. I'm not sure what shows up at your end, but I want to ask you about this guy today. What do you think about Max Holmes?
Maxie Holmes, yeah.
Happy with Maxie?
No,
Who wants to
He's
talk
got a
about-
lot of disposals and he also got a goal. So
Did
we're looking really good. I'm loving the. We don't look like an old list anymore.
no?
We got overnight. All of a sudden, like we look really young. I like it. It's looks really dangerous.
Early days. Very
early days. Yeah. Were you aware as well that there was another game apparently after the AFL game?
I
and
heard.
Jack Martin played in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear driving home, listening to SEN, Andy Marr just saying they're doing a little scratch match
VFL
after the game. Yeah. So it looks like the 2 VFL teams. I don't know if they had umpires out there, but there definitely wasn't. It was not taken super seriously, but I don't know. I'm not sure if there'll be any reports about that, or even if they let fans hang around to watch that part of it. Not sure.
There were photographers there because I saw a photo of Jack Martin celebrating. So he obviously kicked the goal. So I want to see it. So if someone was there, geez, send the video through because I want to see it.
Was he doing cartwheels and?
Yeah, he had the hand in the air. I was like, wait, what? So
the old what did the Motlop do that one, didn't he?
Just
Little fella.
unbelievable.
What is the best celebration? What would you got, Declan and Bianca? I want to ask you. I want 2 questions. I want to ask you. The next question I'm going to ask you is who you reckon was the best player for the whole day. But this question, if you were an AFL or AFLW player, what kind of celebration would you do if you kicked a goal?
Declan, what's your celebration? Just one hand in the air.
One hand in
And
the air.
then
Oh,
people get around.
You get people get around you. Yeah, he puts one hand in the air, everyone gets around him. Yeah.
I'll just go that. I'll just go the jumper pull like that one. Oh, it's all hard, all club. That'll be what all I'd be doing. Oh, that's great. All right, who is the best player today? Who is the best player if you have to pick one player? Start with you, Bianca.
Give me a moment to think.
Don't go.
You just go. All right, Declan. Declan, you go first. You got your player. Go.
Ollie. Now, there was 3 Ollies. No, 4 Ollies, was there? No, Oishin's not an Ollie. We had 3 Ollies today.
I literally wrote
So, Ollie Henry?
my
Yeah, so he said Ollie Henry.
Yep.
Yeah, go.
I wrote my 3-2-1s and the 3 goes to Ollie.
Yeah, me
But
too.
because he already picked Ollie, I'm going Max Holmes.
All right, Max
I'm
Holmes.
gonna go. Carmine's was 2. Ollie for 3. And I'm gonna go Atkins for 1.
Atkins for 1. Lovely. Now, if I see you at the football in the next few weeks, I want you to.
You probably will.
well, probably there's a little sticker here. I've got a few of these little Hoops Crew stickers. So if you find me at the football, just yell out, "Go Hoops Crew" or something like that, and I'll make sure I get a sticker for you. I've got a few. If you see Paul or one of the Cats guys, they'll have some stickers as well. So don't worry, we'll hand a few of those out for you. How good is it?
I saw we had some mugs as well. I'm gonna have to order some mugs.
We've got a mug. I've got a little long sleeve shirt on the way. I haven't ordered a mug yet. I will need a mug in the middle of winter when it's 2 a.m. and I'm still up recording post-game live.
Yeah.
I need some coffee. But yeah, there are Hoops Crew mugs. There are little hats we've got now. There's blue ones and pink ones, and we'll get some more colours down the track as well.
We need everything.
Okay.
And we might get some t-shirts or something like that as well with something on them. So I don't know. We'll figure all that stuff out as we go along. But plug some merch. That's the way to do it. How good is it to be back? I'm so happy to be back on Postgame Live. And Bianca, Declan, you're up against Bianca this year to take her throne as the best fan of the year, Declan. So I'm laying down the challenge to you this year. I want to see you on the.
Vote for me. Vote for me. No,
in the chat, vote Bianca or no, don't do that. It's not it is not a I shouldn't have done that.
Vote for me.
You're both winners. I hope we'll see you. It's not next Tuesday night. It's because that's tomorrow. I think it depends on how you do it. Anyway, 8 days time. It'll be a late one. I don't know how many people will be awake at 11:30 at night or 10:30 at night whenever we record next week. But I hope you at least watch the replay if you don't. Of Postgame Live if you don't get to be on, or at least send a message in through the chat if you can. And hopefully I'll see you at the game. That'll be great. All right. Take care, everyone. Good night. Go Cats.
What do we say?
Go Cats!
Go Cats. Very nice. Very nice. Now, have I done? No, I'm quick. Before I get Kyri on, I'm going to do a quick sponsor read.
The Hoops Crew Media Network is proudly sponsored by Cyril Cook Florist, established in Geelong since 1915. Visit their website at www.cyrilcookflorist.com.au. That's Cook with an E. Give them a call on 035 222 2244 or mention the Hoops Crew to get yourself 20% off your next in-store purchase when you visit them at Shop 12, 11 Leather Street in Breakwater.
Massive Hoops Crew thank you to Cyril Cook Florists. And I think we've got to update that little audio a little bit because they are offering 20% discount for online purchases now as well. You just have to use the code GOCATS. I think it's capitals. I'm not sure if it matters. But anyway, GOCATS is the code. You'll get 20% off. So massive thank you to them. They're sponsoring us stuff throughout the whole year. So we really appreciate that. Now, another favourite. He missed out on Fan of the Year. I don't know if he's angry about this, but he did miss out on Fan of the Year last year. And it is coming to us all the way from South Australia. You know him. You love him. He's Kyri. And here he is. Hello, Kyri. How you going, mate?
Oh, g'day, Ben. First of all, it's great to be back on for Postgame Live for 2025. And, obviously I was watching from Adelaide, South Australia. Well, firstly, I didn't catch all of the game as I was working. Probably Monday is probably the worst day to have football, let's be real. But I watched the third quarter on my phone and I was able to watch the last 5 minutes of the fourth after I got home from work. So unfortunately, I didn't get to see Bailey Smith in action. So, you'll probably have to wait for the other guests. But I got to see the kids play. I really liked Mitch Nevitt's performance. I think he's going to knock on Scotty's door, I reckon. Out of Mitch Nevitt, Jai Clark, Ted Colosi, I think one of those blokes, they're probably going to do an Ollie Dempsey like from last year, have a breakout year. But really liking the look of Mitch Nevitt. I think he's put a lot of muscle on. Just solid in the midfield. Him and Max Holmes. He's going to be great. Connor O'Sullivan was solid down back. Like what Brendan said previously, it is going to be a headache, especially in the back line. Do you put Sam DeConing in the ruck in the opening round? Blitzarves in the middle of you got Blitzarves as well. Like O'Sullivan comes in. Grind Myers doing Grind Myers things, and to me, Ollie Henry, I thought he was best on ground. Kicking the 4 goals, like if we that's bloody goal of the year from the boundary line. I don't care what people think of the preseason, but I think the only criticism though is probably the goal kicking, because we were so dominant with the ball, but just couldn't hit it on the scoreboard. But in a preseason game, I'll probably take it. Like, as long as we don't do it in a normal game or in finals footy, let's just make sure we patch it up when it all matters. But I thought it was a great hit out overall from the Catters. Yeah.
I think so, and I would agree. If the Cats go less than 80% goal kicking accuracy this year in any game, I'm gonna rage out on post game live. No, there'll be games where they're maybe not as good as other games. Hopefully, we don't get some absolute stinkers where we just cannot hit the target at all. But it's just Hawthorn. So it was just doesn't matter. We were going to beat them no matter what today. I tell you what, mate, I get up and about it. All the hype about Hawthorn, all the hype. Yes, they've got a good young side, but people are carrying on like they've already won the premiership. Like, settle down, everyone. Settle down.
They were certainly up and about, especially in that third quarter. It was like, I feel like they were playing the grand final. Well, I mean, probably the next dynasty's brewing in the next 4 or 5 years' time. But they've had their moment. We'll have ours in September, I reckon.
No, look, they'll be good. I feel like they're probably a year away still. I think they're going to have a tougher draw this year.
100%.
Teams have put a lot more work into them now. So if you think you're going to be the surprise packet of 2025, you're kidding yourself. But this is a Geelong show. Yes, we did play another team today, and yes, I was whinging off the top about
enough of the scum.
I was whinging about the one-eyed bias Foxtel commentator, but that's not the Hawthorn Foxtel channel. That's the AFL Foxtel. This is the Geelong YouTube channel, so I'm going to be one-eyed on this show, and that's fine. That's not a problem at all. Mate, I have to let everyone know too. If they've been in hibernation for the last 6 months, we've had you on the Summer Series show a couple of episodes as well. So I just want to also say thank you for coming on that. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was good fun.
we blocked a few of those ones, didn't we? As in, we didn't block them. We did them in one block. But we just rolled them out just to get us through sort of the off season. A very quiet off season for the Cats, which some would say that's a good thing. We're not having punch-ons in Ryrie Street and a few other things like that. No one got in any. I don't think anyone got in any major trouble. At least no one's really talking about it. There was something in the news the other day about Chris Scott and the AFL not disclosing the investigations into his third-party sponsorship agreement.
That bull crap. Yeah. And it's just like, and all these nuffies about the salary cap as well. Especially the Carlton fans. That's a bit rich coming from your mob.
Carlton fans. There's probably some Carlton fans. They always watch. Carlton fans are huge on YouTube. They watch everything. So
yeah. Any Blue Abroad viewers, I'm sorry. So
I don't know. We borrow very much. We don't hide away from it. We borrow a lot from Blue Abroad. This is basically a rip-off of fan cams, really. Post-game. It is. It's an absolute rip-off. I've told Terry that. Terry's a good bloke, but I've said, look, mate, we love what you do. I'm going to blatantly rip you off. I'm going to slap a different label on it. Yes, I'm not going to come on here and talk all about Carlton. That's probably the main difference. It's all about Geelong, and I'll give my thoughts on the game, and we'll get some fans on, and we're building things slowly. Like they've been doing a lot of good work for about 10 years now, or thereabouts anyway. So we're very much in an early journey. It would help if we got a few more. I mean, like I said off the top, hit that like button. That will send 100%. This video, send it to a few, and you get Kyri on your screen as well, which is even better because he's a handsome devil. Look at him. He's a Greek Adonis. That's what he is.
I'm just looking at Sam Constas, mate. So.
Sam Constas, don't we all love Sam Constas? And Paul was giving me crap the other night because he did his debut of the Paul James show, and doesn't he love the name as well? Doesn't he absolutely love the name of his new show? But he was saying I should have done some cricket post-game live last year, and I know Lucas was paying for it as well. But I can't remember why I didn't do it. Maybe because it was washed out or something like that. That was probably it. I had it ready to go, and then it was a washout, so it never happened.
Yeah. Bloody Lucas was getting up and about it. You know, he wanted it to happen. But I think it was the Brisbane test because it got washed out, and decided to scrap it. So
yes, he did. Well. Yes, he did. Now in the chat, I did have a little graphic for you, but it's not a very inspiring graphic, really. It says Kyri special guest. Now we've got to come up with something a little bit better than that. So if you got any idea, Kyri, if you got your own ideas, let us know.
Probably not. You know, in the chat,
you are a regular. Go your hardest in the chat. What should we
be
use
nice
for it? Sure, you can take it. Mate, is it too early to celebrate? Should we just dial it back a little bit, or should we just go, nah, bugger this?
I mean, any win over the Hawks, mate, always good to celebrate hard, mate. So, you know, but nah, look, I think, yeah, it's just great to have footy back. Like, you know, of course you're up and about and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, it's just like, it's great to be back. And obviously next Tuesday night, you got the community series against Essendon, and then the opening round against the Brisbane Lions up in the Gabba. So definitely get around it, like, you know. But any win over the Hawks, mate. We could be in Geelong, be in Melbourne, we could be in bloody China. You know, it's always good to beat the Hawks wherever it is, when it is.
Will you be consuming all footy content you can over the next few days? Like I will say, I didn't get to go to the game either. I was watching the replay on KO and then walked out of the room and came back, and there was the replay of Richmond versus West Coast match sim, and I'm like, I put Australian Idol on. I can't handle this. I hate Australian Idol. I hate it.
El Shittico of the AFL this year. So
there's only so much match sims I can watch. So, I guess if you're into your super coach and all that sort of stuff, you probably want to see how the young guys go. Maybe don't. The number one draft pick, Sam Layla? I think
Sam Layla, yeah. He kicked a goal, apparently. I heard on the SEN feed. Okay. Yeah. But other than that, no, I don't know much. But yeah, West Coast are undefeated in 2025 now, so watch out.
So they're planning their premiership celebrations as well. So maybe we'll have a combined West Coast Cats. We might as well just share the venue, share the cost of booking a venue, and we'll just get it ready to go. One of us will come out victorious on grand final day, late September. That'll be fine. I don't know if any other games were played. Frio's probably not going to be celebrating after losing to the Indigenous team. They look pretty good.
No.
Did you watch that game? The Indigenous game?
I watched bits and pieces. Like I went to the soccer, but I got to see the highlights. But Tyson Stengel was really good, and my boy Lawson Humphreys, really good, 90% disposal efficiency, you know, and he was the leading disposal getter at halftime as well. I think he had like about 14, 15, 16 disposals, ended up with a 20, but I'll tell you what, Ben, like, because I was bummed out he wasn't playing, but the thing with Lawson is with how good like of a debut season he has. If he goes like 5 steps backwards, I think he's still going to be amazing, because that's how good this kid is. Like, you know, yeah. But Tyson Stengel, gee, I think he's set for another All-Australian year. Ollie Henry as well. I tell you what, I think this is going to be the year he breaks out. He kicks 40 to 45 goals. Like, he was everywhere today. Like he's picking up where he's. I hate to say, he's picked up where he's left off from the prelim. Like, you know,
he has. Yeah. How does it go? When he sprawled after Brian Myers' messy kick to him in the goal square, and then him just sprawled out stuff in the goal square. Shannon Neal running to pick him up to collect him, and I reckon Tyson Stengel will be a bit dirty though, because he kicked goal of the year in the preseason. We're seriously going to have a preseason goal of the year award. But Tyson Stengel from the boundary in the Indigenous All Stars game, that was the leading contender until. Henry says, "Hold my beer, hold my Hoops Crew mug, hold my Hoops Crew mug from the Hoops Crew merch shop. I'm going to just take it off you, Tice. I'm taking it off you. Here we go." And that was special, wasn't it? That was pretty good.
Yeah.
But Lawson looked great for 2 or 3 quarters. They stopped kicking in the ball. It's like it's like the All-Star game. You got to play your favourites, I suppose.
Yeah.
Pass it to Michael Jordan, pass it to Kobe. He's like, come on.
Yeah, that's it.
He's got to do his time before he gets the rock, I think. Oh, well.
But yeah.
But anyway,
No, that was good. That was a good game as well. And I think they should do it every year, 100%. Like, but yeah, and this another can of worms as well. But do you bring back the State of Origin game every 4 or 5 years, like in a pre-season exhibition sort of thing? Like, yeah. But it's great to have footy back, Ben, and
awesome.
Yeah.
We didn't see a few players though, mate. We had a few of the younger guys, as well as Tyson. Well, we saw Tyson and we saw Humphreys, Lawson Humphreys, in the other game, but we didn't get to see your Cam Guthrie's and a couple of the young guys. The Hoff. We didn't get to see the Hoff.
Lennox Hoffman. Yeah.
Polkinghorn. I don't think. I think he played today, but I didn't see him.
I saw him, but he didn't get much. He didn't get much of the ball, so can't really judge on him. But based on what I've seen from him in the Sandful, he's going to be a really good player for us. Could play that sort of Gary Rowan sort of. He could either be medium size sort of key forward. But he's going to be good. I don't know about Jacob Mollier if he played in the ruck.
Didn't play. No, he wasn't.
He didn't play.
Molière, the Frenchman. Sounds French. I don't know if it is.
I don't know if I pronounced it right as well, but yeah, another.
There was one of his mates was chatting to me on Instagram, and so I don't know. I'll have to ask him if he's got a French background. Maybe he doesn't know. Do you even ask your mates these things? I didn't even know you had a Greek background until you told me recently. So my dad's from England, but anyway, that's right. I don't know where Mum is. Probably third generation Australian or something like that. But originally from France, somewhere in Bordeaux, I think, in France. Anyway, right. We saw George Stevens have a little run, I think, in the fourth quarter. I'm going with big boy George for me on him. Ollie Wiltshire kicked a goal. Jed Hughes came on for a little bit. Didn't really get much of it.
I didn't see him. I saw a little bit of Tom Stewart. Oh, that's right. Yep. I did see Mitch Duncan, and when he had the ball, no one was on him. Kicks it to a Hawks player. I'm like, oh, Kyri, I know it's pre-season, but Mitchy boy, what are you doing, brother? Like,
it's like prelim all over again.
And this is
bring back memories of the prelim all over again. In that dying moments of the prelim. Yeah. Given Brisbane back the lead. Oh no, Mitch, we love you. You're a 2-time premiership player. Could have been a 3 or 4-timer. I
don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think. Look, what has he got? 4 games till he hits the 300. Like,
get him there quick.
I think. No, honestly, and I've probably said this to you before, but get to the 300 and pull the pin. That's what I think. Mitch, if you're listening, I'm sorry, mate. I love you. I'm grateful for what you've done for the club. You're a legend, but I don't know. Time to go. If I had the way with the club, I would just politely tap the shoulder. Thanks for your service, but time to go, mate. Or you expect him to play a lot of time in the VFL, but I don't know. I hope I'm proven wrong. I hope I get an egg in my face. He has, he has a great game in the community series. He proves me wrong, and goes out with a bang. But it gave me flashbacks of that prelim, that brain fart from Duncan. So
speaking of players that prove you wrong, I hope I look like an absolute idiot in 10 years' time when Jai Clark's won 2 Brownlows and a couple of premierships. Because
he's got to step up. He's got to step up.
I don't rate him, and I want to be wrong. I so badly want to be wrong on this one. I want Jai to. Jai's not watching this video, just punching holes in the walls because he's angry about what some idiot that's not played a single game of AFL. He does not care. No games, no goals. That's my stats. Jai Clark, you're a star. You are a star, but there's star and then there's actually like top tier AFL.
He's not there. Yeah, he's not there yet.
I just don't see it. I don't see it. I'd rather give games to Ted Closey Good old Teddy Bear.
Ted Closey and Mitch Devitt, like I said, yeah, those two boys, absolutely. I'd give either of those two. I'll give Mitch Devitt round one. Opening round.
Yep.
Sean Manners out. Give Nevitt a chance. But yeah, Jai Clark. I think the third season. Yeah, it's either make it or bust, man. I really hope I'm wrong as well because I rate this guy. He absolutely works his socks off, but there's just a few fundamentals that he needs to work on the game. But yeah,
Hey,
I
who was
hope I
wrong?
see him with 3 Brownlow medals, maybe a Norm Smith and a few Kaji Greaves.
Karchie's as well. Yeah, maybe. Why don't we throw in a Coleman medal as well for the little fella? You never know. He might pop up and kick all 4'10" of him. No, he's taller than me actually. One player. I'll move on for this in a sec. But one player that I absolutely got wrong, which I'll probably lose 20 subscribers on the channel after saying this, but there was a bloke in the late 90s that I did not rate at all. And his name was Matthew Scarlett. I did not rate him. He played on Matty Lloyd and absolutely got towed up by Matty Lloyd. And I said, get this bloke out of the team. He's useless. And then,
Damn. Ben's getting cancelled now.
I'll get cancelled for that one. Don't worry. I did agree with Lucas that I'd clip some special guests and post them on the social. So I've got your clip ready to go about Mitch Duncan's no good, get him to 300 and then drop him. So I'll have that dropping tomorrow at some stage. I'll tag him on Insta and no, I won't do that. No. You got to be careful what you say on Postgame Live because we're out to get you. We're out to get all the guests that come on. No. We love it. We love all the guests. We love you, mate, because you're awesome. And we will come up with a nice little. We'll go through the chat and see if there were any clever nicknames for or names under your little thing there. What have we got? What was it again? I think I'll just pull it up again. It's pretty boring at the moment.
Special guest.
Special guests. So it's nothing like Bianca, fan of the year. So that's what you got to aim for, fan of the year. So anyway, we've got a few of these made, especially for our regular guests of last season. So if you want, you can be a regular guest. I'm not talking to you, Kyri, but if anyone's watching this and wants to jump on, I think you might be the last one. It's going to be a quiet note. It is a match sim. Not too many guests on tonight, but if you
I'm hoping Lucas comes on, man. I said to him earlier, you got to come on.
He's got to find a shirt. I think he's run out of shirts. I said to him, he's not allowed. You can come on, but you can't come on naked, Lucas. So you've got to put a shirt on tonight if you want to come on. And try not to cry because he got me going after the prelim last year. So there's no tears, and there will be shirts. So if you can satisfy that criteria, you're more than welcome to click the link at the top of the chat there, and as long as you've got a camera and a microphone, see this little thing here. It's a mobile phone. It's got both of them. So
that's what I got. That's all you need. You don't need a $200-300 camera and all of that. Like this is what I'm using my iPhone.
You just got to turn it like that a little bit.
Yeah. No, I'm bloody confined in the bedroom at the moment. Not in the usual space for post-game live. So yeah,
you're saving that for the season. Saving it for the season proper, mate. That's the way.
100%. 100%.
We'll get the full studio set up behind you and everything. All the lighting. Paul's got his new lights. He's very happy with his new lights. I've got one up there, and that's fine. We probably spent too much money on the setup for a couple of idiots that just, again, haven't played a game of football in their life and just share their opinions to anyone who'll listen, who cares enough to listen. But yeah, look, mate, thanks for coming on. I'll let you go. I'll get through. I'll go through some of the comments in the chat because I know there's people that.
Yeah, I'm seeing some as well. Yeah, they've come with nickname suggestions too.
Oh, they are. Right. Well, I'm going to go all the way back to the top and then see if there's any comments from the game, and I'll respond to that. But if anyone does want to jump on and share their thoughts on the game too, that would be absolutely lovely as well. Mate, you enjoy the night. Hopefully we'll see you in a week or so. I think the next Tuesday might be a bit late in the evening. Could be tricky for a lot of us that are working the following day. We'll see how we go. We'll see. It is pre-season, so I'm not going to worry too much. But,
no worries.
Footy is back. You're back. I'm back. And the Cats are back on the winners list. Awesome. Well, all the best, mate.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ben. And like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Take care, buddy. he's a good man. He's a good man. There's my little one, Benny the host. That's pretty boring too, isn't it? Host extraordinaire. Surely something's better than that. All right, as I said a couple of times, if you want to get on the camera, if you want to jump on and have a chat with me, I'll go for a little bit longer. I'll go through some of the comments. If anyone wants to jump on, I'll be able to see you on my screen down the bottom there, and I'll put you up pretty quick. But if not, that's okay. It's just a match sim. It's early days. We're just getting back into the flow of things again, and that's all fine. So I'm going to have to scroll all the way to the top of the screen. Here we go. Join the conversation. That was me. Either Moment says, I am 111 seconds late. What did I miss? You didn't miss a hell of a lot. Don't worry. But we missed you is probably the more important thing. So hopefully we'll get you back nice and early for the next one. Shadu says, a good evening. Paul, Mighty Sparlock, the mighty Sparlock says, happy birthday, Paul. Now, people, Paul said he might come on tonight. He did suggest that on his self-titled show, the Paul James Show, last night, but he hasn't appeared. So if he is watching, we send you our love, Paul. We hope you're all tucked up in bed in your Ninja Turtle pajamas, the new set that you got for your birthday, and you're nice and warm and toasty, and you're enjoying your birthday. Maybe a nice beer or something like that, and hopefully someone bought you some flowers too from Cyril Cook. Subtle plug there, or not so subtle plug. Happy birthday, Paul, as I said. Lots of birthday love from Paul here. 100 games, 100 days. Nice to see you again. 100 games, 100 days. A regular on the chat. Jackie, we love Jackie. Look at that. Look at the emoji love from Jackie. Look at that. That's great. Paul was born in, didn't Paul say he was born in 1989, which makes him 36? I like to think he's a 50-year-old though, because he's a grumpy bugger sometimes. Or I call him a grumpy bugger anyway. What's wrong with Cam Guthrie, says Renee. Achilles soreness. Now, club hasn't elaborated heaps on what that really means, but they have said every time they try and increase his workload a little bit, he just pulls up a bit not quite right. So I guess they're concerned that they just have to go back to the drawing board, I suppose. I mean, I don't know. I'm just hearing what I'm reading in the paper and on YouTube, on the little interviews that they put out once in a while. But yeah, it's not great. Like, they're trying to get him back, and it's just, for whatever reason, I just can't seem to get it right. So hopefully, I think we all hope that he can come back, and I think we all want to see him play his 250th game. I think he's just a little bit short of that. If anyone in the chat knows how many games Cam Guthrie's played. Oh, has he got a shirt on? We do have someone who's jumped into the chat. It could be Lucas. Lucas Cricket 21. I'll give him a little minute to get himself sorted, probably do his buttons up and dab his eyes. Is he still crying from the prelim? I don't know. I'll keep moving on. Thank you, Mighty Sparlock. Yes, it was the Achilles. Shadow, the Achilles as well. Renee's asking how long. Look, Renee, it's hard to know. As I said, could be we might not see him again. Could be like Tom Hawkins, where it's one of those things you just can't seem to get him back. So hopefully we do get him back one day, but it's no guarantees with these things, sadly. So we'll do what we can. We will do what we can. Brendan Dixon, hopefully getting our bad goal kicking out of the way early. Yes, it wasn't great today. It wasn't awesome. But I don't know if they particularly care too much. But maybe sometimes that's the best way to be. Like, don't think too hard about whether it's going to go through or not. Just be in the moment. Whatever. It is what it is. We kicked enough. We had enough shots on goal. It didn't really matter in the end, did it? It's a bit like throwing all the way back to 2008, where we just playing footy for fun, and it didn't matter. We were going to win no matter what. I think we only lost one game that year. Absolutely got smashed by Collingwood. It's the only game that we lost. I think it was like 80 points or 90 points or something like that. Yes, sorry, we did lose another game. We won't talk about that, though, in 2008. We will not talk about that other game that we lost. But regular, home and away, we lost just the one game there. 100 games, 100 days. We look like monsters on the Hawks at times. All right. I think we have Corey Worthington ready in the chat, a.k.a. Lucas, Coach Lucas. Is he presentable? We'll find out. And hang on, let me see if I've got it. Do I have a little graphic for Lucas? I don't know if I've prepared a little graphic for him or not. I do. I've probably spelled his name wrong. I'll throw in a K in there for you, Lucas. You'll have to tell me if the K belongs, or have I got that wrong?
Either way is good. It's like my real name's actually Luke, but all my cricket mates call me Lucas. So either way, there is no fuss. I'll accept that. That's fair enough, Ben.
I've never seen Luke spelt with a Luce, so there must be if there's a K, I'm going with that. We'll go with that. And yeah, that's fine. Unless you want to go with, you have a different preferred name, and we're okay with that as well. So anyway, how are you? Good to see you again. It was hard on the prelim. I was joking about it a little bit before. You and I got a little bit teary at the end there, and I had to hit the end stream button. Got a little bit emotional. You weren't coping too well after the prelim. God, it's just a game of football after all, but goodness me, do we take it seriously. And we do love the game, then. We love the club. So anyway, how you feeling? How you been?
Yeah, I didn't take it that well. But that was yesterday, and today's today. I'm more angry with you, Ben. With you.
What have I done?
I wanted my cricket series, and I never got it. I don't know what happened. There were talks of doing some shows, and then you boycotted it. You pulled out. So I'm not happy with that. Not happy with that. However, people think I'm serious here. However, again, the cricket, gets me out of moods. We smashed India. We won that series, and we've got the Ashes coming up this year, Test Championship. I'm going to tell you what, I might. This is an exclusive. Okay. Australia have got a Test series in the Caribbean. I might be doing a live show via green screen from the Caribbean. Might. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
That would be good.
We have to see what days line up, because the West Indies time zones, they actually start at midnight, like 12 a.m. So it could be good timing depending on what day they play and what day Geelong play. So the timings could align. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I'm going to give you a little plug, mate. And for those that are on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, XYZ, Lucas is very big on the Twitter Spaces. So you've been very, very active. I've noticed this. You've been very, very active in the off season, chatting a lot about cricket. But I'm sure when the footy starts as well, you'll be keen to jump onto that as well. We'll have to jump on at some point. Normally, I'm tucked up in bed in my Ninja Turtle pajamas late at night, but I promise I'll come on at some stage and have a chat. Kyri's on that one as well a lot of the time as well. But you guys have kept us entertained in the off season, which has been lots of fun. So appreciate that. Have you enjoyed? It's a little bit putting yourself out there a little bit. I don't know if you've always done that, but I've enjoyed watching or listening to it, I should say, at least.
Look, when it comes to cricket, it's a summer sport. There's nothing else going on. When it's winter, it's AFL. So I take cricket seriously as I do AFL in the winter, and same in the summer. That's just who I am. I play grade cricket. I've actually probably got another announcement to make. I actually do want to get into my state side. And I've been dealing with injury because I do play first grade. I've been dealing with injury. I've torn a ligament in my ankle, and I've missed 4 games at the back end of my season, which has made me depressed. I won't lie, but I'm going to try. Right now, I rate my weight. I'm not embarrassed to say this. I'm about 115 kilos. I'm going to try in the off season to get it to 85 in 5 months. So I'm going to have a hell of a pre-season. So when the shirt does come off, you might see different shapes over the next few weeks.
Get the oil out as well, because when you hit your ideal weight, you want to really just go to town and get the lighting all set up just to hit you just right.
It's not gonna come off for a pre-season game. But if we win signature games, then the shirt will. Trust me, the shirt will come off. But not today. Not today. Not the pre-season friendly.
After midnight only.
Yeah, after midnight. Viewer discretion is advised. We do have kids on here, so let's viewer discretion.
And Bianca on earlier,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
and Declan as well, who's coming for the throne next year. Declan wants it,
Yep.
and you could have been up for it as well, fan of the year, but just too much nipples at the end. It sort of just knocked you back a little bit.
And the body's embarrassing at the moment. It's just embarrassing. So let's just hold on to that. The shirt stays on just for now. But a lot of
no fat shaming on this channel at all. We're just having a bit of a laugh. But
I got close to playing my state. I played a couple of reserve games for my state. But I'm gonna try to give it one more go as a bowler, and see what happens at the end of this year. See what happens. We'll see where I am at, and hopefully the batsman.
I played seconds for Lara, and I didn't play long. I played about 4 games, went overseas, and then never went back to cricket after that. Well, not really anyway. So yeah, I love cricket, but I'm not very good at it. Love basketball. Again, too short, 5'10" on a good day with some big shoes on. And love my tennis, but and as I said, Norm Smith in the mixed netball supermarket tennis netball team, which is my claim to fame in life. But yeah, no. I hope you go well, mate. Well, don't worry, you got some big fans here at the Hoops Crew, and in the chat, definitely get around him. I can't wait for the Caribbean style episodes. That'll be fun. But can I ask you, because Geelong did play a game and we haven't talked about Geelong yet, did you get a chance to watch any of the game today, or have you just been catching up on the highlights on Twitter and all that sort of stuff?
No, I did. I actually did see the game. I wasn't that impressed with the camera quality and the audio, but that's neither here. It's a preseason. What I liked was Ollie Henry. I thought he had a very good game today. That's the Ollie Henry I want to see. We saw that in the prelim. Oh, I hate mentioning that. Where he was unbelievable in that prelim. I'd love to see him kick 45 goals plus this year. That's my target for Ollie Henry, 45 goals plus. I didn't like, as always, there's got to be some kind of negative, I find. But I think we can all agree on this. I didn't like our goal kicking. That's still a problem. That still worries me. Hopefully against Essendon, we can patch it up, hopefully. Bailey Smith didn't play long minutes, but he looked fantastic. He looked fit. Had a bit of the Bruin Borg headband there. He was like an 80 tennis player.
Pat Cash or Daniel's son from Karate Kid Part 1. We need to get him. I reckon we should all get those white headbands and just wear them. A whole bay of I don't know how many games you'll get to this year. You'll probably go to the gather round, I'm assuming, and maybe Cats play. I think we're playing 1 or 2 other games in Adelaide, probably Port Adelaide or something like that later in the year. Do you get down to Victoria very often to watch Cats games?
I have. This is another exclusive. I haven't been in Melbourne in 13 years. GoFundMe.
Yeah, get someone in the chat started GoFundMe to get Lucas to the Cattery in 2025. We'll get you a corporate box. We'll go all the way because we'll have a huge amount of people throwing money into the GoFundMe, and we'll get you a corporate box, and we'll auction out some seats to some other Hoops Crew people that want to jump in the corporate box and sink bulk beer with you. That'll be. Oh, you're not a big drinker, are you? No, you're not. You have a little dabble here and there, but
I did have one that was about 15 years old during the footy season. Trust me, that night was terrible for me. So I'm surprised I didn't get food poisoning. Well, so that's the parents. My mum wasn't actually about that because that was actually I'll tell you what it was. It was actually port, but it was from the 1997 Adelaide Crows premiership win. They came with like wine bottles, little port bottles, and I decided to drink from that in that little glass cup. And I can tell you, it felt 100 years old. It felt like I was drinking cobwebs and dust. So I can absolutely guarantee I won't be doing that again. And that's the last time I've had a drink. So very, very rare for me. But other ways we can celebrate wins. We get on here, we have fun.
Yes.
So that's what I try to do. I try to have fun. People can take the mickey out of me. That's fine. That's okay. hey, I do all this stuff. I'm prepared for it. If you got to do this, you got to be prepared to get people to take the piss out of you. So that's fine by me. But no, look, we're excited for the season ahead.
Yes.
I think there's a couple of teams in front of us. I think.
Not Hawthorn.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to play them in a grand final.
Disconnect.
Yeah. if they're not hating now, if they're not hating before, they're definitely hating now on me. I think GWS look pretty good. I don't think they're going anywhere, and I think Brisbane as well. So I think those are the three teams are around us. But my expectation is definitely top four, and if we make a prelim, then it's grand final. I think it's grand final or bust for me. That's my expectations.
I think you're right. Like, I think top four should be the expectation. Top two would be like top two / making a grand final would be a step in the right direction. I mean, clearly you want to win it, but yeah, you don't really want to go backwards unless you've just been absolutely decimated. I mean, we've lost 11-time leading goal kicker in Tom Hawkins, but let's be honest, he really struggling last year, even before the injury. And we're only getting older. I mean, we've got a couple of young guys in, which looked actually really good. So hopefully we're starting to move that sort of age profile of the list more towards the low 20s to mid 20s, and that'll be nice.
I know I go on about Ollie Henry, but I really hope Shannon Neal has a big season. I don't want to put expectation of him. He's our next Tom Hawkins, blah blah blah. But there were signs last year that he was good, but I think he needs to impact the contest more. I think if he can do that, I think for sure he can be a very good player for Geelong Football Club.
Now let's put some expectations. Let's throw all the expectations on him. 60 goals plus. Now, seriously though, how many goals do you think he'll kick? Because I think he's probably a tick under 2 goals a game type player. I don't imagine he gets dropped at any point this year, unless he gets really bad. There's no one to come in for him, but he should go at 1.5 to 0.8 a game. I think maybe that's good for 40 to 50 if that happens.
Well, I said Ollie Henry 45. Ollie Henry kicked more than 40 in his second year, so I'd be happy with 40. If Shannon Neal kicked 40 goals in the year, I think that's fair enough. My problem is with Cameron. I just hope we haven't seen like where he goes in and out of games. I just don't want to see that. Saw that in the prelim. Just stay consistent. Just somehow get involved in the whole game. When it's going bad, get in the midfield, do something to get the ball. Because he's like probably arguably our best player. And when he's not getting the ball, it really hurts us as a team. So just want him to get more involved when he does have a couple of quiet games, whether it's midfield, ruck, defense, whatever it be to get on the ball. I like our development of Nevitt. I think he turned the ball over a couple of times today. Good sign
that he's getting it though. Getting his hands on the ball, which is good. Getting a read for the play, getting a feel for the way Geelong plays, because he's really been out of it, to be honest, hasn't he? He's been out of the senior team for a while now, but it's good to see he's getting it. And you're right, like he turned it over a couple of times, but did some good things too.
I'd like to see him do what Dempsey did. Remember that qualifying final against Port Adelaide where Dempsey just destroyed him. Just was fantastic breakout game. I'd love to see Mitch Nevitt play in a finals. Earn that spot. It's a tough spot to crack in our midfield. Now with Bailey Smith, they're very tough. I'd love to see him get a solidated minutes and then play in the finals and have a breakout final series like Dempsey did. I think I'd love to. That's probably too much expectation compared to the other two I just mentioned, but I think he's been around a while. That last game, if you remember the VFL game last year, he had 40 touches. So he's more than capable of grabbing the ball. Just want him to be more consistent. I want him to break in that team because I think he's a very, very good player, and I think he can be around for a long time if he can get his consistency right.
Who's the one player for the Cats that you want to be wrong about, that you just don't have confidence in at the moment, but you want to look back in 5 or 10 years and go, geez, I was a fool. How could I doubt this guy? Who's that one player that you're just not feeling it at the moment? It's just not doing it for you, but goodness me, you'd love to be wrong.
It's hard. This would be even more harsh because he's been injured, but Cam Guthrie. I'm pretty close for him to be traded. I reckon he should have got traded last year, in my opinion.
A lot of people line through his name. A lot of people.
So,
yep.
I think when he plays, he's good. He's in the best 22. But yeah, absolutely. So he's no scrub. He can play. But I hope I'm wrong. But I'm just going to say I think he's finished. I don't see him playing that many games this year. Hope again, come back to me at the end of the year, and if I look stupid or not. But I just don't see it from Cam. Unfortunately, I think we should have traded him where he had some value. If he doesn't play this match all year, if he doesn't play this year match with injury, then you're not going to get anything for him.
He's getting on as well, but it all went wrong when you cut the hair, and it's pretty obvious that was the worst thing you could have ever done in your football career, to cut your hair. And yeah, so I'm a kid, of course, but yeah, that hadn't been good since that point. Come off winning a premiership, subs himself out at 3/4 time so Parfitt can come on, which is great. I've got a hamstring, can't walk anymore. Parfitt comes on, kicks a goal. It was great. And yeah, best and fairest winner, and best and fairest winner, correct me if I'm wrong, in the 2020 COVID year we made the grand final as well. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's when he won his first best and fairest. So, but yeah, his big brother, who's bigger than He-Man these days. He's I'm happy.
He's going along good. We'll sign him on.
Sign him to a 7-year long-term contract with all the incentives to go along with it. That'll be great. Are you keen? I mean, what am I trying to say here? Are you optimistic about Geelong's chances this year? Do you think things are going to go well for us? I mean, you said expectations are reasonably should be high for Geelong, but in your heart of hearts, where do you think Geelong finishes this year?
Well, one thing from last year is that have we improved our list? I think we have. We've brought in Bailey Smith, who's an inside ball machine. And if he didn't play long minutes today, but he looked good for what he did. If he can stay fit, the development of Shannon Neal, hopefully Henry picks off where he left off last year. I honestly, I'm inside. I do believe we can make top 4. And look, probably as the year's gone on, top 4 isn't that big of a deal. We've just seen top 2 isn't a big of a deal. We just saw Brisbane come from 4th to win it. Western Bulldogs have won it from, I think, 8th or outside the 4 to win their grand final. So it's not a huge advantage finishing the top 2 anymore compared to what it used to be. So if we can just grab that second chance, whether it's a home final in Geelong or away, be good if it was against Port Adelaide. That'd be good.
Qualifying finals against them all over the top. They're all over the place. That was fun, wasn't it? That one. Did that every
fantastic.
time.
Oh, yes, let's go.
You were getting around it. We've still got all the shorts of you, just, running a muck and down. No, I was at the game. I was going to say down Rundle Mall. That shuts at 9 o'clock, doesn't it? Nothing happens.
Yeah, it does. Thank you for that. But no, look, if top 4 get a second chance. If we can make the prelim,
yep.
I seriously want to make a grand final. I don't want to be in another prelim situation and lose that. I want to at the very absolute minimal prelim. I think we can make a prelim, and then I think we can go one better. Well, hopefully 2 steps better. I don't want to lose another grand final, especially if it's to Hawthorn. That would be pretty fucking depressed. But
I was celebrating with my children, telling them that I can't believe we're making another grand final. This was in the prelim about about halfway through the second quarter when Brian Myers is just floating them through from the boundary line, and Cats are just extending the lead even further. And then you start the second half, and Danger's running into the goal square, booting it into the second tier. I just thought, kids, we're going to a grand final again. How good is it going to be? And then they break your heart. Cam Rayner.
I'm clearing up. I had to clear my glasses. They're fogging up because of that. Thanks for reminding me of that.
I can't handle more heartbreak. Geelong supporters have done it tough these last 20 years. Cut us some slack, AFL. I'll tell you what. That grand final with the Brisbane and Sydney. Thank God I was back at cricket. Thank God, because I didn't even watch that. That was just absolute that pissed me off even more that Sydney did that. That was one of that was even a more bigger disgrace than what they did against Geelong. And when I heard the score, because I didn't watch the game I was keeping, I thought people were putting me on, because I do possess my love for Geelong at that cricket club, at my cricket club, and yeah, they were saying, "Oh, mate, you should have been Geelong." You know, the Sydney are down by 60 points, and I thought, "You having me on? Take the score." And yeah, they're down by 60 points after half time. Could not believe that. I think that just makes it worse, Ben, because that could have been us. Could have done it to them. Should have been us.
Yeah.
It was an absolute outrage. No, look, Brisbane, I think all of us, even in the moment, even immediately afterwards, I think we all said we were, I guess, not happy, but accepting that Brisbane equally deserved to be there. Like they, at the end of the final siren, they were the best team. It's pretty simple. Footy's a simple game. There was a couple of umpiring decisions in the first half that was like, I pulled my hair out, and there's still probably strands of hair under the seating behind the goals of the MCG that I've left behind. But I'm sure they had a few go. That went against them as well at some point, but it wasn't the umpires. Brisbane was a great team, and they deserved to win the premiership. I just wish, as you said, it was us on that last day.
But like I said, we've got a clean slate. This is 2025. Everything's reset. We look good. We've improved our list. There's a couple of teams that might be ahead of us potentially, but look, I look forward to the new season. It's just 2 weeks away. I think 2 or 3 weeks away. So bring it on, and to you and to Paul on the show. Keep doing what you got to do. I love doing what you do. Thank you for putting up with me, and we'll be ready for 2025 like we are today. Next week against Essendon, opening round. Just got to keep doing what you got to do. But again, Ben, thank you so much for having me on. Sorry I was late. I was actually watching Married at First Sight.
Oh.
Sorry. Can't. I love that kind of stuff. I'll tell you what. Here's another exclusive. I'm breaking all kind of news here to the show. I actually did apply for 1 year. I actually made it to the second round to auditions, but I actually bottled it. I actually absolutely bottled it. I pulled out of it. I thought, probably not. Probably I don't really want to do this. I signed out all my application, 6 pages of it, all the rules, all the terms. You have to, act like this, act like that. And I thought, not for me. I pulled out of it. But still love it.
I don't put any rules. I don't, apart from putting a shirt on. That's before midnight. That's my only rule when you come on post game live. We can handle a couple of profanity, some swears every now and then. I try to keep it pretty clean, at least early in the show. I might have dropped one or two early, but they weren't that bad, really. So, but no, look, you could use this as your little show rule. We'll edit some, package of you just coming on this show and just you at your most fiery. So if you're watching Lucas now, everyone, you're like, oh, he seems pretty chill. He's not. If Geelong doesn't win by 100 points, this bloke comes off the deep end, comes off a long run every single time. And you get people on the channel like, this bloke's out of control. tell him to pull his head in. But we love it. We love you, mate. We love your energy. We love all types of people on the show. That's what we're trying to build here. We want a big community where we're seeing all different types of Geelong supporters. And I thank you again for always giving up your time to come on.
Absolutely, no worries, and I do appreciate it. It's your show. I always try to remain respectful, but like I said, we lose our cool sometimes, and things get to us. But no, Ben, I look forward to doing these more in 2025, and thank you so much, mate. I really do appreciate it.
That's all right, mate. Take care. All right, now I was going to keep going with some comments, and I will. However, the birthday boy has appeared, and it's time to get the birthday boy on. I won't be singing the song. I won't sing the song, but here's the birthday boy, Mr. Paul James, the man, the myth, the legend. Here he is. Have you had a wonderful birthday, Paul? Is he on?
How's things,
Can you
mate?
hear me? I'm good. Have you had a nice day?
I can hear you. Sorry, Jesus, I haven't seen that text before. Have you done this for everyone so far? Any of the regulars?
Pretty much. We haven't had
the myth, the legend rubbish. Oh my god. Oh yeah, okay. I'm seeing it in the back end. Holy shit! Look at the production value, people.
You have got your own show as well.
Something
You did insist that we create your own show with your name attached, all over the branding, and we promote it heavily.
Yeah. What'd you say? You wanted to turn me into Stephen A. Smith, right? I think that was the parallel. Yeah.
That's
so
right.
I need to shout a bit more for starters. Thank you, everyone, for the. Have you been referencing this bullshit Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pajamas thing again? I'm just saying Shadoo in the comments. What? I wish I had some story that I'd told that at least triggered this embellished rubbish from you, but I don't even have that. So
I don't even know where it came from.
Legs. Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I'm staying with it though. Anyway,
I won't linger long because
that's okay.
We've got a new puppy at the moment. Only like 3 days in the family, and wife's dealing with the little girl on her own. So I won't be too long. But I thought I'd make a quick cameo once I saw the stream was going strong. I only appear if the numbers are good. You know what I'm like, Ben.
Are the numbers good? I don't know. I haven't really looked. So
looks pretty solid from what I can tell. No, I'm kidding, but it's good to jump on and get some post game live up in me. Puppy tax pictures. Oh, I won't be able to quickly toss it in here, but
put it on the Discord.
Look, do my wife a solid, who's a professional photographer, and she's also pretty handy on the social media. If you look up Goldie the sausage, it's a miniature sausage dog, miniature dash hound. If you want to take a look for Goldie the sausage on Instagram, you'll find lots of photos and reels already. But here's just a little snapshot for everyone.
Oh, Goldie the sausage. Was that an early birthday present? Because you're not supposed to buy pet birthdays. You know that.
What was that?
You're not supposed to buy animals as birthday gifts.
No. So I mean, like a dog I was given back on my 18th was a birthday gift, but no, this is not.
Was that
this is not one of those. In fact, it was meant to be. She was meant to probably arrive a few days from now. This has been on the cards for a little while. Just kind of happened recently. So, that'll knock Goldie will knock your cat off the top of the pops when it comes to the mascot for
Pumpkin, the official cat
Pumpkin,
of.
That's it. I haven't even brought my cat into the mix at the moment. She's just looking a little bit fat at the moment. She's puffing everything out. She's trying to assert some dominance in the house at the moment because there's a little puppy running around.
I tell you what, we're not happy with Pumpkin at the moment. We are not happy with Pumpkin is driving us crazy. So he's a good luck charm. He is a good luck charm. We did win the premiership. We didn't lose a game in 2022 after we adopted Pumpkin from the Geelong Animal Welfare Centre, or whatever it's called, society. But yes, since then it's all been downhill in terms of his performance. He's really just he's lost his way, and he's driving us crazy. But anyway, I'm glad you've got another friend for Barkley.
We do. Barkley's going to have some company once she can kind of get outside and spend a bit more time outside, and she's big enough. I mean, miniature dash hound, they could escape through anything at the moment. So. We'll make sure all the gaps are sealed. There's no ways to escape, but we'll go from there. We'll just quickly pop up another one there. My wife's really lent into some of her talents there. Used her studio for some great content there. So again, look, search up Goldie.the.sausage. Mitch Hardy is a good dog name.
Mitch Hardy. Mitch Hardy. We love Mitch Hardy. And can I ask you, there's another Mitch that we love, and I know you were keen to see how he went. Mitch Nevitt. Tell the Mr. Vice-like grip, what do you think of his game today?
Look, I've still only seen the second half. I was able to kind of tune in. My employers aren't listening, so it's all right. Midway through a staff meeting there, I just kind of flicked it over to the footy and caught the second half. So I'm yet to catch up on the first 2 quarters there, and I believe my understanding is his game time is a bit more front loaded. So,
you wouldn't.
I've seen a few good highlights though, like some good link up play that he was a part of.
Bailey Smith limping off at the end with the suspected knee. You didn't see that part?
No, and I think you're talking shit.
Oh yeah, mate, I might be. I think we would have heard that if that was
points for effort though.
Points for effort. I tried to keep a straight face there, but
and I did, like I said, I caught the second half. So
yeah, he was good. I'll tell you, because I watched the whole lot. It took about 2.5 hours to watch it because KO didn't sort of give us the short version. So I had to watch 2 hours and 45 minutes of replay, including the Fox Sport guys playing pickleball for 20 minutes at halftime, which I couldn't fast forward because it wouldn't let me. But Mitch Nevitt was great. Took some good, made a couple of errors as the young guys do. But as I was saying to Lucas, he was getting a lot of the ball, which was good, and seemed to feel like he looked like he belonged in that side, which is kind of what you want really at this stage of the year. A half a footy really, and then I was pleased with him. Very.
I look forward to catching up on the footage, and we'll see where we go from there. Obviously, you asked me whether I do a reaction video. It probably depends on how soon I can actually go and check out that footage. I want to, if I'm going to do it, especially without some stats to back me up, I want to have the eye test and really watch it properly. So we'll see how soon I can get my eyes across it. And if that's the case, look out for a match reaction in the next couple of days.
Yep, definitely. We've got time because there's not a lot of footy on at the moment.
When are we again? The 20... When do we play? 25th?
Yeah, 8 days' time. Yeah. We've got the chaps are doing their Tuesday show. They're dropping their show tomorrow night at 8:30. So
see you next Tuesday, Bombers.
See you next Tuesday, Bombers. So they'll recap this game a little bit and then look ahead to next week as well as just the regular Cats hijinks that they get up to.
Never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment. And what am I doing next? I think I was going to cover it at the end, but I was going to do my first footy tipping show. I don't know whether it'd be much of a show, but anyway, it'll be a short one, Paul. It'll be me.
But there's that, and there's our ladder predictions and all those sorts of things that we've got to get out there for everyone. We're in that awesome period where we can just throw shit at the wall, ideas out there, and look really smart when it works. And well, you know what it feels like to tip Essendon to make the finals. You look pretty foolish when they don't.
I don't think I'm going to do that this year, but I have developed a very, very comprehensive. You'll be proud of me as a math teacher. I've got this big chalkboard with all these algorithms and stuff. But no, my footy tipping formula is insane. I've got all these different sort of rules, and we'll see what happens at the end of the year if I get more than 100 or not. But I definitely have a system. I have a system, and I'm quite happy to share that system with whoever wants to watch week to week. If you do miss a week, you're gonna miss out on the magic. But that'll be Monday nights, Paul. So
just the tip.
Well, that was the name originally, but our good friend Jesse from True Footy might have a show called Just the Tip. Jake wanted to go with Balls Deep, but it's late. We can talk like that now. Sorry if I offended anyone out there. Sorry if I lost love. Unlike the video.
I'm sorry. It really like our content really kind of hits a bit of a wall once I come on.
Yeah, I know.
The language starts flying, the sexual innuendos churning, like it's
all that.
It's a good time.
People have come on like I thought they were going to talk about the match sim, and all they've talked about is a cat and a dog and some stupid name for a footy tipping show. I guess that's look, mate, it is good to be back, and I haven't had a chance to actually speak with you. I did drop you a little message earlier today on the audio to say happy birthday and to give you a bit of a pat on the back for a job well done on your show last night. But how did you feel like the show went as the debut for the new Paul James show?
Yeah, pretty solid. It's still going to take me a little while before I kind of get my head around the fact that, like, I am a brand, I guess, here. Within this little thing, like seeing my name plastered across it, like, is here we go. So now he full screens me, you dick. Like, that's going to take a little while to get my head around, but otherwise, no, I think it was a really good start. It was great to. Oh, now he's putting screenshots of me up. It's going to take a little while to get my head around, but it was a good fun start. I guess for the most part, unlike our post game live format, but talking at everyone for in excess of an hour. Without kind of another voice coming back at me presents challenges for sure. I have done it before when we've done some of the watch-alongs for Kaji and the draft and those sort of things, but I think it's a little bit different when I've kind of got an agenda that I'm going through as well. But it'll work. I think it'll work really well. The response was good. It was fun to get to kind of wax with people in the chat and kind of, I guess, do what I kind of enjoy doing the most in some ways, which is just hitting some of the topics and just kind of getting everything off the chest. Because I don't necessarily have, within my workspace, for example, I don't necessarily have a lot of people. I have footy enthusiasts, but not necessarily people who get that deep into it and follow the day in, day out sort of content. So it'll be good. I'm looking forward to doing more of it.
I think so. And once we start getting into the flow of a normal week to week in an AFL footy season, you'll get the teams come out. You'll see who's on the bench. You'll see who's. You'll be able to speculate about who the sub will be. You'll be able to talk about who's been dropped, who wasn't picked, even if they were fit and all that. So there's a whole bunch to sort of. You'll be surprised how much you can talk about.
I think it'll be a lot easier once we really get into the grind. Once we've got matches properly, like something to review as well as something to preview. Once we get into that cycle, I think it'll work even better. Which is good because I felt like it worked mostly pretty well despite really having very little to talk about yesterday. So,
you know what I didn't do on tonight's show, because I had all these things lined up. I clearly had there's Benny the host. That's pretty boring as well. I had the old Cyril Cook, Florist. I had that. I didn't pull these ones up. I'm doing this at the very end here. Join the conversation.
Mate, I didn't do it at all last night. I should have.
I know you didn't do it either. I'm just like, I forgot to do all this one. There's all the socials. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. Support the channel. Share your thoughts.
You have less of an excuse. You made the graphics. I didn't.
I did. And then I didn't even use them. So they're all, you've gone you insisted on the sunshine, the sunset theme. I've gone the reds and the yellows. And I've gone the purples.
There's a lot of words being put in my mouth here.
Paul's an absolute diva on this channel. I don't know how I contain him. Trust me, he's an absolute nightmare behind the scenes, people.
People do.
No, to be honest, true story. I won't share too much information, but I was chatting with my wife last night and saying we're really, really lucky to have you on our channel, Paul, and I genuinely mean it. I seriously am not blowing smoke up your ass. I was just saying to Beck,
I need a smoke machine here.
We're so lucky. We are so lucky to have, because you are so good at that. Sort of, you can just.
I can talk underwater.
You can talk under, but more than that, you actually, what you're saying means something. I just come on here and I chat to the people, and I don't have to. Put a sensible, coherent thought together. I just let people talk. But I love listening to what you do, and I know people on the chat last night really appreciate it. I'm sure there's people on this chat as well that love it too. So yeah, as I said,
thanks, mate.
Sorry, I know making you embarrassed. It's your birthday though, so I'm going to show you some love on your birthday.
No, mate, I walked in to run an assembly with my year 10s this morning. My fellow coordinator kind of got in there first and got the whole year level to sing happy birthday to me. So there's nothing that can really top that for embarrassment. I've about 200 teenagers that probably largely don't like me because I have to boss them around and call them out on their bullshit. All singing to me for a few minutes. It was whatever.
Oh well. Hey, can we go through some comments together? Would that be fine? Because I know some people have been waiting.
Then I better bounce, but
you bounce when you need to, but I'll read a few off. Here we go. Loved from Jimmy Day. Hey, Jimmy Day. Love what we saw from the young boys. Neverclo, Colosi, O'Sullivan, Clark. Reckon at least 3 are genuine chance for opening round. I think O'Sullivan and Nevitt, definitely. I'm not sure about Clark, and I think I'd give a nod to Clark. No, not a hater. I did say earlier, I know you weren't here, that I want to be wrong about Jai Clark. I want to be wrong. I want Jai Clark to come up to me in 10 years' time and poke me in the chest and go, you bastard, you didn't rate me. Look at this. Look at these 3 medals hanging around my neck from Kaji Greaves Medal Nights. You didn't rate me. You didn't rate me at all. Tom Atkins looks good. Question marks about the spelling there, but that's okay. Tom Atkins looks solid. Renegade, friend of the show, friend of myself for about 40 years now. Seen enough. Booking the premiership tattoo tomorrow. Lots of Duncan hate already from Shadu.
It started already.
The killer. Did Killian Burke have a run? We got to go.
No.
Can we? What do we mates call him? Do they call him the killer? I don't know. The Dorks were being idiots too, free in the goal square for dissent against it. There was a great moment where Brad Close was paid a free kick from the non-controlling umpire, and then Hawthorn cracked the sads, and he got a 50-metre penalty too.
I did catch that one. That was the last quarter, wasn't it?
That's perfect. Just stick it up the Hawks. Those are the free kicks you want.
They didn't have a cheer squad there to really stick it up to.
Jack Martin, Sean Manor injury update. Jack Martin played after the game. Yes, what are you talking about? Played? I thought, no, hang on. No, there was a bit of a scratch match apparently after the official match sim. I think a few players, I don't know if it was just Geelong players or Hawthorn players, but apparently a few players were out there.
Just for others with load management.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was actually a game, but I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Five-a-side, you got to play ruck, full forward, centre half back.
Yeah, maybe it's a bit like the NBA All-Star format. Three teams, and they just rotated, or something. I don't know, something like that. I didn't catch that, but anyway. Who else we got? The moment, no, Burke didn't play. Mighty Sparlock again, booking the grand final upgrade now. Get the ultimate premiership supporter package, people, while you can, before it runs out. I'm going to skip a couple just genuine replies. Now, mate, if you're in bed and you've got the flu, just take it easy, Paul. Just take it easy.
Is that legit?
Shadows. This is legit. This is from Stephen King at his presser the other day. He had a cough. He was in bed having a bit of a cough, and next minute he slips a disc in his back because he coughed too hard. So it's not good.
Oh shit!
It's not good.
We love Toby. We want the best for Toby. D-list Toby. It's done. If he's doing those sorts of injuries, it's over. It's over. Get Mitch Edwards in.
Clip. That's the clip for the show, Paul. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
All right. Yeah.
I am the gift that keeps giving, apparently.
Toby can't take a trick. Thank you. Let's donate a Baslinka wig for Brendan. Poor Brendan. I think he's a handsome devil.
That's a little drive-by.
Yeah, a little drive-by from either moment. I don't know if you know each other, either moment and Brendan. Hopefully you do. Hopefully Brendan's taken that in the good spirit. Spartacus is all over the chat tonight. Baz is going to rip the season apart. He and Holmes are coming for the flag. Yep. Who do you reckon's Baz Linker's best friend at the club? I don't know who he's hanging with at the moment.
I mean, are we still making jokes about his history, or are we being very serious?
No, I know you made a lot of jokes in the early days. I went along.
Yeah,
with
and then he became a cat, and so we stopped that. We don't speak about our own that way. I mean, what, he's 24?
Yep.
I can see Max Holmes being right up there. They're working together a lot. They're both super athletic. They play very similar, sorts of games. As Shadu says, Holmes is all over his Instagram. I could see Max Holmes fitting the bill.
He did win.
But sorry, he is the best response so far. Joe with Baz Linker's best friend is his reflection.
He
doesn't mind a little bit of me, cotton on, looking in the mirror, sort of stuff.
He does. And he won Mr. Olympia lightweight division. No, that was a joke. I know I had that on the show.
You got to stop. Don't be slipping those sorts of things into the show.
I'll have to highlight him in a different font so you know.
It'll be like Anchorman.
Yeah, exactly.
And
you just
I'm Ron Burgundy.
on the prompt. All right. What do you think? Here's one for you. You didn't have to see today to have an opinion on this one. What do you think of Mitch Edwards?
Don't have any thoughts. I haven't really seen him in action too much. So
that's the commentary you'll get on the Paul James show. Don't know, don't care.
Lots of promise from all reports. Had a great off season, but did we actually see much of him today? Because I think I would say as soon as I watched that back. So he was in that squad. Did he get game time?
Yeah. He I think he was at the centre bounce in the start of the third quarter. So
okay.
Fair bit in the second half, mostly SDK. And,
one ball up for him, then get him off the field in case he pops a disc coughing.
Oh, goodness me. It'll be a sneeze or something. I've cramped up sneezing before. I don't know.
You're an old prick now. It's over.
The old. Have you done the snart before? The old
Put a
sneeze.
fork in him. He's done.
The old sneeze fart. That's a famous one. Anyway, moving on.
On that note, I've got to bounce. I've got to get back inside. I'm glad that we ended with a, what'd you call it?
Snart. There you go. Hashtag snart. Get that going in the chat, everyone, if you're still watching. Thanks, Paul. Enjoy the rest of your birthday, all 2 hours of it, and we'll see you on Thursday night for the next Paul James Show.
Looking forward to it. Chat to everyone soon.
Hey, Paul. All right. Beautiful. Hang on. Love Bianca's big take. There was lots of crumbing today. Yes, very originally. Bianca's got some good things. She pulls out some pearlers every now and then, so I love what she does. I'm skipping a few here just to keep it moving through time. We've been about an hour and 40 minutes. I was saying to my wife, I didn't think we'd get through an hour today, so we've done pretty well to get to nearly 2 hours. I read TDK got offered 7 years from the Blues for some insane amount. Yeah, that's crazy, wasn't it? That's insane. Team Reese. Yes, Team Reese. If you're on the wing near the interchange bench and you hear the Stanley Army. If you hear that chant, you know it's the Hoops crew trying to get something going there. We are trying to copy the Barmy Army. We just rip everything off on the Hoops group. We rip everyone, any good, clever content creators or entertainers out there. We're coming for you. We're going to rip off your content and we're going to call it our own. So yes, we're on the Stanley Army. People want to know who we are. All right, thank you for that. And I'll stop singing. Jimmy Day again, 7 years, million year from the Blues. Saints have offered 1.5. But at the end of the day, all he really wants to do is play for the Cats. So we welcome him with open arms. Of course we do. Big Stick Combat, welcome to the chat. The Cats look good for the new season. Wiltshire surprised me. Smith looks like a star. He is a star. We weren't sure if he still would be a star. Let's hope he is into the future as well. Moving through a little bit, couple more before. I'm going to throw another one for Jimmy Day in here. I hope Danger plays predominantly forward. He'll command the second or third best defender. Frees up Ollie Henry. Danger can pinch you in the middle, but let the young boys loose. What's Braden says Jimmy Day and frees up Cheza to keep pushing up the ground. Yep, agree with that. Last one. Who should I pick? Who haven't I read out? Chucky. I don't think I've read out Chucky before. Welcome to the chat, Chucky. Oh, God, try and say that again. O'Sullivan looked great in the air. Just had to clean up the kicking. Ollie Henry back to his best again. Yes, I agree. I thought O'Sullivan looked good, and I think he will play against Essendon. And if he plays another good game, don't be surprised to see him in the opening round. I'd love to see that. That'll be absolutely fantastic if that could happen. Well, it's my sad news to report that it is the end of the first edition of PostGame Live for 2025. It has come to an end. All good things must come to an end. I've really appreciated the chat tonight. You've been very active in the chat. I'm looking at the screen. There's 294 eyeballs. We'll times that by 2 because most of us got 2 eyeballs. So there's a lot of people watching tonight. So I appreciate that. Hopefully, if you're watching on YouTube, you've clicked the like button because, as I said a couple of times, that's the best thing you can do to help the channel grow. We really want to grow this fan community. I guess this is what PostGame Live is, what that's really about. We really want the voice of the fans here. Of course, you've got Paul's show and the chaps as well, but this show in particular is the show for the fans to come on and share their thoughts. And there's no wrong answers. You might cop some crap in the chat if people don't agree with your opinion. But I welcome anyone as long as you're respectful. None of the racist bullshit, none of the homophobic stuff. Keep it clean, and we'll be good friends and we'll have a chat about the footy. And that's what we're here to talk about, the footy. So I appreciate all that. So yeah, don't forget, if you want to subscribe, that's great as well. We are offering 7-day free trials as we always do on our Patreon. So that's where we've got a bunch of extra content as well. I did put out the call on Patreon today for any special sort of highlights on this show, featuring any comments as well. So if you are a Patreon supporter and you want me to read out something on this show, I'll highlight that probably at the start of the show, really, if anything else, especially if you've got some thoughts on the game. So that's one of the benefits there. But we've got some bonus content, some exclusive stuff. Jake will do his VFL players spotlights. So it's less of a focus on the this is Wednesdays on Patreon. It's less of a focus on the team results because we know it's more of a development side for the AFL team, a feeder team for the AFL. So we're shifting the focus a little bit to be more about the crop of rising stars that will become senior players in the ones, I suppose, moving forward, twos and ones. So yeah, that's what our focus is going to be. So that's exclusively on Patreon. We might drop the first couple on YouTube just to give you a bit of a taste of what that looks like as well. But for the most part, throughout this year, the twos, the VFL coverage will be on the Patreon account as well. The Cats are back tomorrow night, 8:30. Every Tuesday night at 8:30, they'll be on. So Jake, Johnny, and Sambo join them. It's the one show that we've got where we've got three panelists just chatting. It's very loose. Jake has assured me that it's going to be looser than ever this year, and I'll hold him to account on that. I don't want him to play a straight bat at all. I want him to be as loose as he can be. It's a special type of flavour that we're after here, which sets apart sort of what I'm doing here on Postgame Live and what Paul's doing as well. So it's a special kind of chappy flavour that I love, and I know a lot of people love as well. So yeah, they definitely do a bunch of extended content as well on the Patreon as well. I mentioned before when Paul was on, he's back on Thursday and every Thursday night, with the exception of some games where we play on Thursdays. We might try and squeeze him out on a Wednesday if we can. But he'll be back on Thursdays every week at 8:30 and hitting that live button as well. So you'll be able to chat with Paul in the chat as well. So that'll be a nice community that we can build there in that live space as well. So he'll do that Thursday night and every Sunday night as well. So the Thursday night's more of a preview, a look at the teams, and the Sunday night is generally going to be a wrap of the game, depending on, I think we've got an Easter Monday game and one that I know of, a Sunday night game. That might be the only challenge that we have a little bit, but other than that, it's pretty much reviewing the game that just was, and he'll do his normal reaction videos in addition to that as well. In terms of post-game live, guess what? It's no mystery. Post-game live will be after games, after Geelong Cats games. There's no trick. There's no mystery there at all. Depends on when I hit the studio. May depend on if I go to the game or not. Games in Melbourne are going to be a little bit trickier. I may decide not to go to every single game for that reason. Occasionally, Paul might jump into the studio on my behalf. I know he's going to be pretty busy doing his other show, so I don't want to lean on Paul too much there. So for the most part, it'll be me. That's a good thing, a bad thing, whatever. It is what it is. If you're still watching an hour and a half, 2 hours in, you probably don't mind that much. So hopefully that's the case. So yeah, usually around 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock for post-game live. I won't do them much earlier than that, usually because I've got kids and got other things I've got to do, got a house to look after, and I've got to be a husband and a few other things that are important in life as well as football. So usually I'll do that in the evenings. It's a bit of a late sort of show. But by all means, catch up when it's more convenient for you if you can't catch it live. That's about it from me. Again, massive shout out to Cyril Cook, the sponsor of the Hoops Crew Network. We couldn't do it without you, and a massive thank you to everyone who's been watching tonight, whether it be on Twitter and on YouTube. Either way is fine. On YouTube, hit the like button because it does help. That's me done for the tonight. Do I have I'm just new with all the graphics here. Clearly I've got the new little blue microphone thing, which I just think it's delightful. And I've got my little sticker there as well, the Hoops Crew stickers. So I have got a whole bunch of Hoops Crew stickers. If stickers are your thing, or you have children or grandchildren that would like a sticker, and you recognize this beautiful face at Geelong games and you want to come up and introduce yourself, make sure you tell me who you are. If you go by a different name on Twitter or whatever, maybe tell me who that is because I won't remember. I won't be able to join the dots. But if you want a sticker, come over, say hi. We'll have a chat about the footy, and I might slide a sticker your way. That'll be fine if that floats your boat. I'm not sure if it does. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me just pull up my final graphic. What have I got here? Where's my little? Oh, there's. Thanks for watching, graphic. I'm getting used to all these things here. Thanks for watching. Here it is. Oh no. It's in the background. Don't worry about it. Never mind. Anyway, thanks, everyone. I'm fumbling my way to the finish line. I'll see you on the next one. Take care and go Cats. See you later.
knows his stuff. He's a man, he's a myth, taking on the nuffs. The man don't miss, he loves to react. His words cut deep, he's a counterattack. Balls on fire, brings a mic to life. Don't fuck with B-Dog if you value your life. Oh, they fuck shit up, yeah, they run G-Town. The Hoops crew's here and they'll never back down. Jake, Johnny, Sebo, always rocking the game. Betty and Paul, man, remember the names. In the studio, Jake's bringing the noise. With Johnny and Sambo, the Chaps Chat boys, they're electric and they're ready to roll. The boys are on fire and they're taking control. Recaps and previews, yeah, they cover it all. Part of the Hoops crew with Benny and Paul. They fuck shit up, yeah, they run G-Town. The Hoops crew, baby, they'll never back down. Jake, Johnny, Sebo, always rocking the game. Benny and Paul, chasing glory and fame. Back with the sleeves, Max Holmes and Jack Bose. Tommy fucking Atkins, he'll break your damn nose. Stewie in the middle, and Reese in the ruck. They see Big Jezza and they know they're fucked. They're the T-Town boys, go hard or go home. They're fucking insane,